Councilman Ellington, 3rd District at large City Council. I'm going to cut up this video. It's an audio for Mike Hendricks and myself, an interview about various issues at the City Council, also about DWIs and some few other things. I'm cutting this up because I've never, ever been articulated or portrayed accurately in the Kansas City Star.
He keeps going to continue, and I called the Clay County prosecutors, asking if that's normal, and
yeah,
they didn't give me a good answer.
Yeah, she's on what, her 3rd continuing, something like that now?
Oh, at least. I mean, she got arrested last August, and her court date with the Department of Revenue is in June.
I thought it was right before June.
Well, she's got 2 cases.
Okay, yeah. See, it's kind of confusing.
she's got the DWI, and then she's got the losing her license.
Yeah. I thought that was the same thing though.
And they got connected, but there's 2 different separate cases because she had to sue the Department of Revenue to keep her license.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I haven't actually followed all of her cases. Yeah, I know about the DUI, but I haven't actually followed it because it keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I wanted to do a story about you guys, your race, because it's the most interesting one I think out there. I mean, not only because of the personalities, but also I guess the challenge you got.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I mean, they sent out the mayor sent out support for changes in the charter, and in that they wanted to get rid of. They make it so if you win the primary, 51%, you're in. And they said that never in the last 3 elections, no one who has lost the primary has won the general.
Yeah, so I got to break that.
You got to prove them wrong, right?
And I plan on doing that.
Yeah, I imagine you do. Well, I'm trying to. I went back and looked at stuff on you back to when you were at Paseo High School, in which I think we printed one of your essays back then.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you've changed your philosophy a whole lot.
No, it didn't. It didn't become a little bit more complete with me being able to communicate the variations. But yeah, you grow with time. But it depends on what you mean by philosophy. Philosophy of independence, philosophy of community self-determination,
right.
Philosophy of self-determination. Yeah, those would be the same. The difference would be the intrinsic knowledge and wisdom that I gained over the time.
Right. Well, you were what, 17 or something like that? Or?
That first one, I think that was senior year, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. That was the Dr. Martin Luther King one, I believe.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Cool.
Yeah. And,
cool.
And so anyway, this is also the toughest race, or was the last one pretty tough with Portsville?
I would say this is the most insider heavy race. Each race is tough because you have to get out there, you have to knock on doors, talk to people, let them know where you stand. I'll say this is the only race that I've had as much insider opposition, whether that's newspaper articles that are repetitive without facts, whether that is conversations that are excluding facts that revolve around myself. But again, all of these are insider connections, and the same with the amount of money that was spent in the primary. I would say this is probably the most money that has ever been spent in the campaign against me, and we're not even at the general election yet.
Why do they want her so much, and why do they want to get rid of you?
I would say part of the issue that I think a lot of insiders have with me is my ability and willingness to articulate factually what happens with allocations in the City Hall. So when we talk about city services, when we talk about development, when we talk about investment and lack of investments in the city and neighborhoods, since I've been on the council, not only have I articulated this on the floor, I've articulated this around issue after issue after issue. And in this campaign, you see that none of the conversations or opposition talks about me being wrong with the issues that I've so willingly been aggressively willing to advocate against. Nobody has said I'm wrong with what I talk about as well as taxation. Nobody has said I'm wrong when I talk about how we supplement contractors, which dilute city services, which dilute city employees. None of this is a conversation in the election. The election has wholeheartedly been about who's spending the most amount of money, with no articulation about issues.